check me, boo.
Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. So before we get started, remember to subscribe, hit the notification bell, give this video a thumbs up if you like the content, and if there's anything else that you would like to add, feel free to do so down below in the comments. So we are back for episode 4 of Locke and Key. So we begin with Kenzie having a good old time feeling herself. You know, she's killed her fear or whatever. So she's just really uninhibited. She's dyeing her hair, she's doing her makeup, she's making breakfast for the family, and they come in and they're like you in a real good mood this morning? She's like, yeah, you know, I just woke up feeling refreshed and brand new. I was like, okay, girl. I was actually really glad to see it because we haven't seen this side of Kenzie. She's kind of been like down in the dumps, you know, but she has gone through a lot. Nina asked her, she's like, oh, well, did you go and did you meet Scott last night at the concert? No, I didn't. She says, no, I didn't go meet him. Now, remember, with no fear, that means you are not afraid to speak your mind. So she tells Nina, after Nina offers to drop off her art application for her, she's like, no, you know, organization really isn't your thing. Like, that was really Dad's part, you know, in the family. Like, you know, he kept us all together and organized. You were too busy with your art. I was like, damn, girl. Tyler's giving her the side eye when she said that. Tyler's like, you didn't have to be mean to Mom like that. He's like, what's gotten into you? When they're headed into school, she tells him, she's like, I killed my fear monster. He's like, you did what? So he was like real shook. He's like, what you mean you killed your fear monster? She's like, I'm actually, you know, like feeling good for once. Like, just leave me alone. Let me be okay with this. Tyler says that he thinks that he's like, there's a reason that Dad left this town. He's like, I'm pretty sure the keys probably had something to do with it. And Kenzie's like, no, I don't think it was the keys. You know, the keys are a great thing or whatever. I'm pretty sure it was another reason why Dad ran away. She told him, I'm a grown woman. I can do whatever I want. So, she's like, I'm gonna just live my life. Let me live my life and you live yours. Even though Kenzie is in a great mood, Scott is not. So Scott is sulking because she stood him up for the concert or whatever. So she goes over and she tells him, well, I'm gonna make it up to you. How about you come over to the house after school? He was stuttering. He's like, Key house? You want me to come over there? Where I heard, like, people be dying left and right. Like, it's a lot going. She's like, yeah, just come over. Tells him, she's like, you know, she sings a little Grease to him. She's like, you're the one that I want. You are the one for, you know, she was telling him that. So she was like, you know, I like you. I know that you like me. Just come over to the house. Let's hang out. Let's figure it out. Actually, back at Key house, Nina is asking Ellie to help her find kind of the friends that are left alive of their friend group. But Ellie tells her that everybody else is dead, but she's the only one left. And so Nina's like, oh, I didn't know. I'm really sorry. Ellie says there's only one other person alive. She says her name is Erin and that she's in the psych ward. And I put 2 and 2 together real quick. I was like, okay, that's the lady that Javi was talking about last episode when he said there was a lady that lived in that Key house and then she ended up in the psych ward. I was like, okay. I was like, oh, so we're getting ready to go over there and find out what happened. Y'all know I'm nosy and I'll be wanting all the information. While Ellie's at the house, she's telling Nina there's a, you know, they spent a lot of time at the, you know, at the Key house or whatever, you know, because there were no parents there. And they always spent all their time down in the basement in the ping pong room. And Nina's like, the basement, the ping pong room. And at first I was like, girl, you've been in this house and you went down in the basement. You don't know what's down there. But when they go down there, clearly someone has put a wall up where the ping pong room was. So they jump into a whole episode of HGTV and start demolishing the wall and stuff. I was like, okay. But they go in and, you know, they're kind of looking around. You can tell, I don't know what Ellie's issue is, and we're going to talk about her a little later on because I watched 2 episodes. But you can tell that she's in there looking for something, and I'm pretty sure it's a key to what? I don't know, but she's looking for a key for something. So Nina asked her, she was like, oh, do you know about the symbol? Did you ever see Rendell draw the symbol all the time? And Ellie's like, oh, no, I don't know anything about that or whatever. So she's like, oh, okay, whatever. I was like, oh, here's Erin, because we were seeing Erin at the side where I was like, okay, here's Nina and Ellie. No, it's the lady from the well, but one of the nurses called her Chastity. I don't know if that's her real name or not. I'm pretty sure her lying ass is not. But she goes and sees her and she tells her, like, she's really trying to get information out of her. And she's like, oh, did you know that Rendell is dead and all your other friends are dead or whatever? But even though she's talking to her, like, she's not saying anything. And Ellie had said this, like, she hasn't spoken in over 20 years. And she's like, well, I don't know what happened to you, but I'm gonna come back. But in this, like, when she was talking to her, I was like, well, was she a part of the friend group too? And like they disowned her or something, like, cause she knows Aaron. Aaron was a part of Rendell's friend group. Or is she like her sister? Like, I need to figure out, like, what's the connection between the two. I'm trying to put the connection between the two. Good news, Tyler has gotten rid of his troublesome friends. I was like, thank God, because I was about to strangle you last episode. Now, Bo is coming home from school, and he sees Rufus on the front porch, you know, sweeping or whatever. And so Bo asked him, like, he asked him about Lucas, and then he asked him, does he ever go in the well house? And Rufus is like, no, my mom never lets me go into the well house because, something about, you know, it was used during the Revolutionary War and people were hung there and whatever. I was like, that's probably what she told Rufus, but I know it's a lot. Like, Ellie is just real sketchy. Bo starts putting gum in all the keyholes around the house, so he's trying to keep the well lady from being able to come back, I'm assuming. So, excuse me. And then he goes into Kenzie's room and he finds Tyler, and they're looking for the head key. So he tells Tyler, like, Kenzie keeps it in this drawer, whatever. And so he's like, what do I get out of not telling? So I was like, oh, he's about to let Bo go inside his head with him. I was like, we're finally about to see, like, the inner workings of Tyler's mom. Tyler takes the book from Bo and just tosses it on the inside of the door of his mind. And I was like, we're not gonna go in there. And so he tosses it in, and then, like, he has Bo, like, quiz him on some information or whatever. So everything that was in that book, now Tyler has all the information from it. So I'm like, okay. So Tyler actually uses this information to impress Jackie. And I'm like, this is not the way to go about it. Just, like, I want to shake him so bad and just be like, be yourself. Like, stop. Tyler's upstairs doing this with Bo. Nina's actually downstairs, and this is actually the first time that we get to see, like, a happy moment shared between Nina and Rendell, because so far all we've seen is the accident that happened. And so we see them celebrating her 1 year of sobriety, and it made her a little sad. She cried, but it was I was just glad to see, like, a happy moment between the two. Now, secondhand embarrassment. Like I said, Tyler is using all this information to regurgitate to Jackie, and I'm just like, no. So she actually tells him, like, whatever he's talking about, like, she's not interested in none of that. She tells him that her favorite author is Jane Austen, and she tells him the book. And I was like, this boy's about to go find this book, throw it up there in his mind, and then, like, come back and try to regurgitate all this information to her. And she just told him, like, you know, I don't think that's your thing or whatever. That definitely hurt his ego, and he definitely felt some type of way about that. I was like, I bet you every time she says something, he gonna go run, find it wherever he can, and toss it up there, and act like he knows it. Scott and Kenzie get the key house, and she's out here alluding to upstairs. She comes in, she's like, oh, let me give you a tour to my bedroom. I was like, you little nasty little thing. But they go up to her bedroom or whatever, and Scott's fidgeting and fumbling all over himself. And they share a kiss. I didn't feel no type of way about it. I was like, all right. Because at this point, Kenzie is low-key starting to get on my nerves just a little bit. So, Kenzie says, I got something to show you. And she shows Scott the head key. So she takes him into her mind. And he was freaking out because he was like, am I dreaming? Like, am I dead? And she's like, no, you're not dead. Like, you know, the rumors you've heard about Key House are true. Like, things, you know, there are keys that open up doors and let you do things and all of that. And so she takes him actually up to where all her memories of her dad are. And she's sharing some of those memories with him. The memories that she shows him, like, from memory, she only remembers her dad ever being there, but in that memory, she's seen that her mom was there too, so it made her feel some type of way, since she had told her mama that morning that she, you know, she was never there. Like I said, I'm getting annoyed with Kenzie, and I'm getting annoyed with Kenzie because I feel like, I just feel it in my soul and spirit, like, that this, like, the whole key thing is about to get out of hand. Like, I feel like it's, like, everybody in the world about to know about the keys in Key House. I just feel it in my spirit. Tyler and Kenzie are actually having a civil conversation. He tells Kenzie, he's like, I actually used the head key to elevate my intelligence, basically. And then so while they're having this conversation, they start to hear doors slam and stuff. And so Bo is already out in the hallway and he knows what's going on. So he's like, oh, the well lady's here, and they're looking and she's blowing out lights and stuff. And then they finally catch a glimpse of her. So, the well lady goes downstairs and lights a fire with Nina in the kitchen where the stove is. And so that is a diversion so she can snatch Bodhi up. So Kenzie and Tyler run to the kitchen to save Nina and try to put that out. And the well lady snatches up Bo and she's like, give me the keys. And Bo's like, no. She's like, okay, we're gonna see about that. So she takes Bo outside, and Tyler comes out to find them. After he comes outside and he finds them surrounded in flames. And she keeps telling him, like, give me the key, give me the key. And right before Bodhi said it, I was like, oh, she can't take the key from him. Like, he has to give it to her in order for her to take it. And then Bo realized it too. Bo was like, oh, you can't take the keys from me. If I don't give them to you, then you can't get them. She was pissed when he figured that out. She was pissed. She was like, I tell you what, though, I'm going to come back for you and your neck. I'm going to let you keep this key this one time, but I'm going to be back for you. She leaves and she goes to see Sam. And she tells Sam that he's going to prove himself to be in the family if they're going to be together. I'm like, what is going on? And I wonder if she sent Sam to kill Rendell. I really do. I wonder if she set all that up. Like, I wonder if Sam ended up killing Rendell because she told Sam to kill Rendell. So anyways, she gives Sam a key, and I was like, well, what he gonna do with this key? But I don't know. It's the key that sets stuff on fire. So I don't know what he's probably about to break out of jail. So y'all let me know how y'all feel about this one. This episode, I don't know. I really want to know the connection between Rendell and his group of friends and this lady from this well. Like, is she related to somebody in the group? Like, what is it? And then I want to know what Ellie is looking for or keeping a secret, because she definitely hiding something, and I want to know what it is. I will see y'all in the next one. Don't forget to subscribe, and I will see y'all later. Bye.